I want to say hello to all the people who are watching my video. I want to thank you for watching my video. I try to give you the best information that I can. I try to give an example towards my life and psychology, what I study. And as I want to be a psychologist and I want to work in the field of parapsychology, and it's very hard for me also to give you the perspective of a psychic person and also psychology when my belief is Muslim. So as you can see, I have a very mixture of theologies or a very mixture of ways of thinking or paradigms, which is very important and is very good because I give you different types of points of view, which most people are not able to have as many experience as ways of thinking because their mentality is a one-track mind. So I'm making this video because I haven't made a lot of videos for a long time. I try to give you better information and not the same information. I'm very sorry if right now I'm giving you basically more information on the same thing, same topics that I have talked about in my previous videos. But right now I'm very disorientated. I'm very confused towards my abilities and my role in life and in history, as I know that I am connected to everything and every person in the world. So it is very hard to make a understanding why people act as I do not exist, as towards psychology. And when you get into psychology, you're going to listen to a lot of psychics or a lot of people, scientists who work in this field. Like for right now, I'll give you an example. The United States is trying to close down the American Society of Parapsychology. So and these people are ones that are studying psychic people who have telekinesis, precognition, astral projection, clairvoyance, and so people who don't know what these things are, precognition means like that you're able to say something, or like you had a dream and it comes into reality before it happens. Clairvoyance is someone who's able to talk to the dead or spirits from not from this world. Astral protection is that you're able to come out of your body and be in somewhere else or another dimension or another place. Telepathy is that you're able to put images or you're able to communicate non-verbal with another person through images, through deeper voice, through different messages, through feelings, emotions. And then you have near death experience, which a lot of people have died for maybe an hour or so, and they are experiencing a very extraordinary experience, because some people, like, they go to heaven. Some people say they talk to the creator. Some people they have a terrible experience where they go to hell and they're screaming and so on. And when people have these types of experiences, most of them, they become more spiritually. It's very interesting. to why I asked myself, how is it that a voodoo, I don't know if you ever heard was voodoo. Voodoo is black magic. Well, these people are able to heal. These people are able to do things out of the ordinary, as well as Catholics are able to heal people. We have Muslims who have been able to heal people. We have Christian evangelics who they say with the Jesus name they heal people. So basically what I'm trying to say is that there's so many types of different cultures, and these people are able to heal. And so what is that? So that means that healing is a possible way of being, or it can manifest. So there is another way to heal our body, not only through medical substance or a material substance. And that's something that the government is fighting, because if parapsychology is proven right, that means we're going to have to rewrite the whole science theology of a lot of things. And I think that a lot of people would lose their jobs, and the people, when I mean the people, the ordinary people who do not have knowledge, are going to be very angry with the government because they have this knowledge, and instead of helping us to develop our immune system, our capability of having better decision making, of being able to live in harmony with each other, no matter which religion, no matter who we are, black, white, Hispanic, brown, yellow, whatever you want to call it, red, so that we can live together. And instead, they look for you to have a better economy and to have a status of power. So you would know that a lot of people would be angry at this type of manipulation, or if you want to even call it, go as far as control. And we have to ask ourselves, I mean, what is this control, though? Because I find myself, like I said, confused. And why I find myself confused? Because of addiction. At age of 11, I was introduced to marijuana. At the age of 8 years old, I was introduced to alcohol. So I changed my life at age of 33. And just to give you an example of how negative my life, or how I was such lost in society, or the dark side. I was, because I'm ex-gang member. That means I'm no longer affiliated with gangs, but I was from MS-13, and that is one of the most violent gangs in the world right now. It's very hard, to explain what I'm trying to say, because I was ashamed. And I want to tell all my Muslim brothers that I'm sorry, because of what you hear, because of what you see. I feel like I failed you, and as I look at my book that I'm writing, and the videos that I make, and it's very interesting. See, guys, right now, it's very interesting. I'm sorry, brothers, but this is the reason I'm doing my research. But guys, this is the interesting part. See, I was talking to you about how, well, to my Muslim brothers, I was talking to them about how I feel sorry towards them, but when that I failed them, and then a flash, it just came to me. A flash just boom, you haven't failed them. You know what I mean? You're striving. You're trying to change. That's good for me as a positive note, but it's still sad because I have that addiction. And it's very important for you to be able to control yourself. And it's crazy because, I in my heart, since a child, I always wanted to change my life. As a child, I always wanted to serve the Creator. As a child, people have talked to me, "Oh, you know so much of the Bible. The Creator's gonna use you in a great way. I mean, you're gonna be someone great." All my life, and I became this gangster. And yes, I did become someone really great in the gangster in MS-13 status. And it's really amazing. That's one thing I say, alhamdulillah, which that means thanks to the Lord, that He has control of everything. Because since a child, the Creator has been calling me, and it's because of my abilities. I don't want my abilities. I don't want people to see through my eyes. I don't want them to hear my thoughts. It's very dangerous. It's because I'm a good person. Well, at least I try to be a good person. I'm not saying I'm a good person, but I try to be a good person, and I'm trying to be a Muslim. That it allows me to make better decisions towards thinking of having empathy and towards their children, having empathy towards them, having empathy towards society. Because they think, oh, we're united. If we're united, they can harm me. They can put like sanctions. This type of like a sanction. How sanctions make like, I'll give you an example. United States gave a sanction on Iran, and Iran, has gone down with its economy, and the inflation or the prices have gone up. And what happens with the sanction? People get agitated, people get angry, people get furious, and they don't look at other ways of or other means to solve their problem, only through violence. And that's something that it's through history and through anyone. And that's where you as a person, you as a mindful person, you as an aware person of yourself, you have to draw the line. You have to think there has to be a solution. There always, if there's a way in, there's a way out. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, and everyone has to go through their own experience, as I said, through the past. But there are certain steps that you can take to change and to make better decisions. And you have to be aware, because I give you an example, about my addiction again. It's been a month and two weeks that I stopped drinking, and well, it was more than that. I stopped drinking a long time ago, but I'm talking about smoking. Well, anyways, right. And yesterday I was going to do an exam, and it was one of my new friend's birthday, and I wanted, to go over there and say happy birthday, or, congratulate her. I know that in Muslims we don't celebrate nothing of this world, but I know that just by me saying happy birthday, it was something special for her. You know what I mean? I don't know if she understood it or not, because just think about it. You know what I mean? It's your birthday, and the whole world is looking at you, and the whole world is listening. Happy birthday, Kelly! It's something amazing. I wish I had. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, it's so great. You know what I mean? It's so great. It's so great. But that's what I'm saying. So it's something very nice, because you're talking about a normal person, someone who doesn't maybe just works and doesn't do godly things, but it's just a normal person who doesn't look for fights or whatever, and they're celebrating. You know what I mean? The whole world is celebrating. It's a big honor. She might not be conscious, she might not understand, but it's a big honor because only rich people, only people with big importance of this world have these types of an experience. But she probably wouldn't understand what just happened. But anyways, so what I was saying is that before that, I knew if I would have gone down there, I was like, if I go down there, I'm going to smell marijuana and I'm going to want to smoke. I'm going to want to smoke. I know myself. So in alcohol, in AA, it says an addict should not put himself in that situation. And something I always say that if you want to change, you have to change your environment. And it's very hard because I want to change, right? I want to change my environment, but it doesn't matter where you go if you don't learn how to say no, if you don't learn how to control yourself, if you don't learn how to control your environment, then you're always going to fall. Because if, okay, I'll give you an example. If I go to Saudi Arabia and I smell someone, someone illegally smoking weed somewhere or cigarette, and I smell it, you know what I mean? I should have the willpower to say no. So the question is, where is my willpower? Where is my awareness? Where is my mindfulness? And it goes back, you know what I mean, to as what I've been writing on my book, you know what I mean, that where is that willpower? And this is not only happening to me, but this is happening to a lot of people. So you have to ask yourself, and how can I change it? I mean, I found a way, and because like what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to move into a community where there's nothing but Muslims. So I know that I'm sorry that I'm putting so much pressure on you guys, my Muslim brothers, you know what I mean? But it says in the Quran that when you're weak and you need strength, that I'm supposed to look for my ummah. So that's inshallah, I'll make it. But it's sad for me because I want to be Muslim, and I can't say no, and I can't stop. But I know this is just a part of the test, or this is just the part of life where I have to strive for what I want. So I have to learn how to say no. I have to learn how to take better control of myself. And but it makes me mad. It makes me mad also, brothers, because look, right now, you know what I mean? I want to ask you, please write comments. Please talk to me right now, because I really need. It makes me see. This is the problem that I'm having. Excuse me, guys. But I hoping that inshallah one of my brothers are going to listen to my videos and they're going to give me some good advice, because I'm having a problem right now. I'm very confused. I know that you guys see through my eyes and hear my voice, right? Um, and why is it that you guys are acting like I don't exist? Why don't you come and tell me? You know I don't want you to see. As a Muslim, you're not supposed to see my body when I take a shower. I mean, I'm taking a shower. You see my peen. I mean, excuse my language. It's just I don't understand. You know what I mean? You're supposed to help me. You know what I mean? Because as a Muslim, I'm not allowed for you to see my body. And the only way I can close this connection is by practicing. And the only way that I can practice is that I need another person to tell me how long I have the image, or can I control the put an image in you and keep it at a long time. So and I mean, you talk about, you might judge me because I drank yesterday, and I mean, the reason I drank was because, I mean, they gave me food and I didn't know what it was, and when I eat it, it was pork, and that's bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, when I ate, I was like, oh my gosh, you said what? Because I didn't know at first, and it was dumb of me. I should have asked, but I didn't think they ate pork, but I bit it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And the guy who told me, and he was listening to me, what I mean? I was like, I hope this isn't, because I was listening to them, and they was telling me that it was pork, but I didn't believe, what I mean? I was just listening to what they were saying, but how can because I can't go off what I hear, because I hear so many things, because I hear, like, I heard, the serpent, what I mean? I heard the serpent twice, and now recently I've been hearing entities, right? And I've been listening to videos, because I work in parapsychology, so I know how an entity sounds like. But the problem is, though, because I'm connected to everyone, it could be a satanic person, what I mean, doing rituals. It could be someone, what I mean, yeah, playing mind games with me, or it could be someone putting images or feelings, or however you want to talk about it. So and that's why I want to take a video. I want to see what happens. Go to a haunted house, go to see a ghost, and take a video, so it can prove, that yes, they hear me, and whatnot, and I can go to the next level of how can we fight them, or how can we defend ourselves from them. I know that I can put images in their head, and I know that if I put the remembrance of Allah, and I remind them about Allah, then I can fight them. I can with that, I can fight them. I don't know if I can kill them, but I know I can fight them. I believe I can kill them, but is very interesting. And as in my vision, hellfire is not a place where it's dead; it's alive, just like the earth is alive. That's why the earth has conscience, the plants have conscience, the animals have a conscience, and it's very amazing of how the world is manipulated through sounds. And that's why, like, I'm trying so hard, to be Muslim, because a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters, they listen, and it's very important for me to not affect their way of thinking. And even though you have the other part, like Christians, you have Buddhists, they're listening to, and I'm affecting them, and that's what I don't understand, because I'm affecting them, and they still acting like I don't exist, and I don't want them to see through my eyes, because I'm going to affect them, and I don't want to affect them, because it's not my right to control their thought. It's not my right to put things in their mind. You know what I mean? They have to go through their life. They have to go through their experience to have the conclusion of who they want to be and what they want to go towards. The only thing is that is beautiful is because we are all together, and it gives us another experience. And it's been written in the Torah about it, and it's been written in the New Testament about it. The Torah, when Babylon, when everyone was one and we was all thinking one. So that's something good. That's the record. So it confirms that it is possible, and confirms that the Torah is true, and it talks truth, and also that Bible talks some truth, because another experience, the same experience, was when Peter was speaking, and everyone understood his language, even though they was from different language and they didn't speak his language. So this is another clear sign showing that it was true what they said, or the records that it has been written. Well, some of the things that has been written in the Bible. But the question is, where does it leave me? And as I say, I'm very disappointed. Also, it's been like what 5 years I've been trying to talk to the Muslim brothers to make peace, make peace, make peace, but they don't listen. I've been telling them. I told, even though before United States gave Jerusalem to Israel, I told them. I said, brothers, it's an emergency. It's an emergency. We need to make peace. But they don't listen. They don't, I mean, they sound more stubborn than me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what? Because in the Quran it says that as a brother, I'm supposed to help. You know what I mean? And I try to help, but they think I'm shaitan. They think I'm the Dajjal, and it's not even like that, because in order for me to be the Dajjal, I have to be an antichrist, and in order for me to be the antichrist, I have to say that I'm the Messiah. And I don't even want, you know what I mean, I don't even want people to listen to my thoughts or look through my eyes. I'm not even claiming, you know what I mean. And that's something like I'm very proud of myself. And excuse me for saying that, you know what I mean, because I know that I should be humble, and every Muslim should be humble, and pride is something that's very dangerous. But I could have put things in these people's children's mind, and I didn't. You know what I mean? I didn't. I haven't used my ability for the better of myself. Yes, I do talk violently, and I do have thoughts violently, but that's because they're violent and aggressive towards me, and they're talking very bad. So I mean, I have to defend myself. I have the right to defend myself, and because I don't even know. All I know is that it's shaitan. I know that there's people who are evil. I know that there's a group of people that are against me, and I know a group of people want to do harm to me. And I know also, because a lot of males. Are more accepted towards young women, and I'm going against what they want, you know what I mean. And they're realizing that they're the majority, and I have also written in my video, you know what I mean, that I'm against child molesting, child abuse, or anything. um concluding hurting a child, because it's in the Quran. It says that Allah is the protector of the orphans, and it doesn't matter to me if they're Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Catholic. A child should not have to bear the wrong decisions of a grown up, and they don't have to, or they shouldn't, I mean, suffer because of the decisions of the grown up. And that's something I really hate about you guys, ISIS, and I'm gonna say it out like that, I mean, Al Qaeda, because you put that situation. If you really think, I mean, the Ummah, or Muslims, maybe not the Ummah, but Muslims, period, are suffering because of your action. And I know that you want all the Muslims to come and bring and say jihad. And that's not the right thing, because look at all the children who are in the camp. I heard a video where the child says that he repent, or that he's going to slay you or us. And let me tell you something, in the Quran, you know what I mean, you're no one to judge. You know what I mean? And Prophet Muhammad, he protected one of the Christian church. Prophet Muhammad lived in peace with the Jews. So it's something that you have to learn. You know what I mean? And the truth and the reality. You know what I mean? Because one thing is defending yourself, and another thing is offense. Because they're not attacking Islam. Is that you guys are attacking Islam, but unfortunately you don't understand that. And the thing is that these children are learning hate, and this is what we have to be careful. This is the psychological war that Prophet Muhammad talked about, you know what I mean? Because they're learning to hate, and hate is not good, because hate is not from the creator, you know what I mean? Because the creator has always shown kindness, he always has shown mercy, you know what I mean? Yes, we're going to have a day of judgment, but you know what I mean, that is not us to judge. If you want to help, then show your character, show how a Muslim walks, show the true meaning of Islam, and show that it is peace, show that we can humble ourselves. And I mean, if they attack us, that's different. And you should be prepared, and you should be physically, mentally, and spiritually strong and ready for any type of situation that you can find yourself in. So it's very hard for me, because a lot of Muslim brothers, they judge me, but they don't judge the Ummah themselves, and that's like one of my downfalls, because I see brothers smoking, and even I've even seen sisters smoking, and this is not supposed to happen, and it leaves me like, well, hold on, I changed my life, but now I have come to realize it doesn't matter if I changed, you know what I mean? It's where do I want, you know what I mean? So I want to be Muslim, so I got to keep striving and keep looking for a way to do what I want. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry. So this is what I wanted to let y'all know. I want to give y'all an experience of the addiction and the problem of an addiction. So you have to be very aware. You have to take care of your guy self. This is to everyone in general. You know what I mean? You have to be very careful. You know what I mean? Of the decisions that you make. You know, because alcohol, drugs, and the worst thing is, right, that you think the government is for you, but in reality, the government is not for you. The government is for the economy and for the stability of in general. As an individual person, it is not for you. It is in general, because it works for the majority of the population, and it works for an economy, for a stability of who's better, you know. Because I mean, you see, we have so many different countries and Muslims, and if they would walk the true meaning of Islam, if they would wake up, my brothers and sisters, we could live in harmony, we could live in peace, but they don't. And that gives you an understanding of how a group of people, even though they have the same belief, even though they read the same thing, they can have different theologies, they can have different structures, and it doesn't bring something good, but it brings something bad. So this is what the United States does, or this is what governments do, is try to control, try to keep this stability, so that they can have a strong nation where they will be protected. When I mean they, you know, I mean, there's a group of people, you know, if you go to China, the president, or whatever you want to call it. If you go to Russia, there's another one. If you go to Saudi Arabia, there's the king. So these people, they need to feel protected, and they will not be protected if there was no structure. Why? Because everyone would have to survive and fight for their own survival, and some people are weak, and some people don't have the strength or the capability to do bodily harm to another person. Some people don't even have the capability of doing one push-up. So that gives you the thought of the strongest survive. And then when we talk about the strongest survive, bad people or negative people are the ones who are mostly strong, you know what I mean? And a lot of cruel things happen if that would happen. So there needs to be a structure, and there needs to be good-minded people to be running the structure, so that everyone can live in a better, secure place and in a better environment. So you have to understand that also, like the drugs or the pills for painkillers. I mean, it's a drug, is and it's opiate.